Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show. If you have a minute, I have an opinion. Today I am taking you to one of the oldest and legendary Cantonese roast meats restaurants in Chinatown. Big Wong opened in 1978 and is still going strong. Today let's try some of their best known dishes and see what you'll get when you visit. Let's take a look at the menu. This is actually pretty big. It looks like a dinner type menu. First part of the menu is steamed rice crepes, which is basically chung fan. The congee is next. There's about 15 varieties, and then there's the soup noodles, and it's just a combination of all the roast meats and the wontons. Next we have some appetizers, including egg rolls, spring rolls, and some beef tripe, beef brisket. Next we have barbecue dishes served on rice. And next we have the Cantonese noodles. These are all the lo meins and the chow funs. And then next we have the Hong Kong style lo mein, fried rice, hot dishes served on rice with gravy. And then we have the regular dinner menu. We have soup, pork dishes, beef dishes, vegetable dishes, seafood dishes, and chicken and duck dishes, all Cantonese. Hi, this is Arthur from the Minute Review Show. Today I'm at Big Wong, which is on Mott Street in Manhattan's Chinatown, and this is one of the oldest Cantonese restaurants in Manhattan. We've had this restaurant here, I believe, since 1979. It's one of the restaurants that have been here since my childhood, and today I wanted to order a few dishes to see how the food is. It has always been good throughout the years, but after the pandemic, I would love to know the quality, if the quality has kept up. The first dish that I ordered is the beef brisket, a stewed beef brisket with wonton, without the noodles. It comes in soup, and let's take a quick look as to the quality. I'm touching the beef brisket with my chopsticks, and it feels nice and soft, nice and boiled down. You don't want this to be too hard, so we're going to give this a try later. Next, we have the wontons. The wontons look like they're pork wontons. I'm not sure if there's shrimp in there, but I'm going to find out pretty soon. And they look pretty small, maybe an inch in diameter. I'm interested to see if these are as good as I remembered them. Okay, the first dish I'm going to try is the beef stew. And it's basically brisket meat, and let's see if this is good. The beef brisket is nice and tender. It's very well done. They've been boiling this forever, and it's nice and tender for a tough cut of meat. This is really good, super palatable. And I also tried the soup. I felt the soup was a little too salty, but it's okay. I mean, if you're going to eat it with noodles, the saltiness should be okay. I didn't choose any noodles, so maybe that has some influence on what I'm saying here. But it's just a tad salty. And also the soup has some scallions in it. But overall, it's a nice beefy soup and flavorful. The next item I'm going to try is the wonton. Now, from what I see, the wonton doesn't seem to have any shrimp in it, but I will give this a try to see if there is shrimp. And bingo, it does have shrimp. It's basically one shrimp with a bunch of ground pork, and it's actually very good. It's very flavorful. In fact, it's very seasoned, very strong. The salt is there. The texture is there. I like the way that they season the pork, where it's nice and tender. Sometimes the pork doesn't have that seasoning, and it's not very tender, but this is very tender. I think I know how they do it, but we'll leave that for another video. An interesting thing about the wontons that I'm having is that these wontons are actually more powerful than the salty broth. You can really taste the shrimp flavor, and it really stands out from the broth, even though you would think that the salt would overwhelm the wonton, but it doesn't. This is actually very flavorful wonton. I like it. It's different from the other ones that I've had. There's less shrimp, but it's still, somehow they managed to make the flavor come out a lot, the shrimp flavor. Next we have the sweet and sour pork. I wanted to get a dinner menu item, so this was the one that I chose. It's a very basic Cantonese dish, and it looks like it's regular pork. It's not ribs, so we're gonna give this a try. There's a nice crunchy batter on the outside, from what I can tell. There's pineapple and there's some tomatoes in this. I'm expecting this to be sweet, but I'll tell you about the quality later on. The next dish that I'll try is the sweet and sour pork. Now, the sweet and sour pork is looks very good. It passes the eye test. The interesting thing is that it doesn't seem to be a very dense batter because it has that puffy roundness to it. Whenever you have the puffy roundness to the batter, you know that the batter isn't a very concentrated flour batter. So let's give this a try. Okay. Now this is totally boneless, which is good. It has that nice sweet and sour taste. Now this is more on the sweet side than sour, but it's totally okay. And I like it. The batter is actually very thin, so there's a little more crunch. But I think there would be even more crunch if it were a drier batter, but it's okay for what it is, and not bad in my book. The next dish we have are the 3 roast meats over rice. We have roast duck, okay? This is the breast part, I can tell, and a leg. This is, the middle part is the congee, which is the soy sauce chicken. And the meat on the right is the pork, the char siu, the Cantonese roast pork. This looks really good. If you could look at it from here, you have a very fatty piece. Not well marbled, I wouldn't say super fatty, but it looks really good. So we'll give that a try later on. And finally, we get to try the 3 roast meats on the white rice. First roast meat is the duck, roast duck. Let's give this a try. Wow. This is super juicy. So moist. This duck is amazing. It's so good that sometimes I feel that you don't even have to chew it for it to dissolve in your mouth. I'm not saying that's pasty, but it doesn't require much chewing. And it's really good. It has that strong duck flavor and the spices. The next meat I'm trying is the congee, which is the soy sauce chicken. You can see the soy sauce on the skin from here. And then they also provide a ginger and scallion sauce on top of that. So let's give this a try. It's so moist, and the soy sauce isn't overwhelming. It's more of a regular chicken flavor, salted chicken flavor, and it's good. Soy sauce chicken doesn't have to be overwhelmed by soy sauce to be good, and this one fits the bill. I like it for the texture, the texture, the saltiness, and also the light soy sauce flavor. Okay, now the last meat is the char siu, or the roast pork. Let's give this a try. So good. So good. It's very moist, like the other three meats. It's very moist, it's tender, and this is great. It's not overly sweet. You taste the hint of sweetness, but it's not overly sweet. A lot of places, they make it overly sweet. They pour tons of glaze, tons of sauce on it. This one doesn't need it. There's no sauce here, but it tastes great. And it's juicy by the quality of the meat. It's all chashu meat, which is the more highly marbled pork meat. Delicious. Here's another look at the soy sauce chicken. This is the scallion and ginger sauce that they provided, and this is the soy sauce chicken. As you can see, it's not really about the soy sauce. The soy sauce just coats the skin, but it's more about the texture and juiciness of the meat, and that's what makes this dish really good. And they do a good version here. After my visit today, I couldn't help but think that Big Wong has been here for over 40 years for a good reason. Classic quality Cantonese at a good price.